we're going to talk about prime and composite numbers. Again, the Finding Factors paper that you have in your math folder is going to be helpful to you. So you want to make sure that you have that handy when you're figuring out prime and composite numbers. Oops. When we do our prime and composite numbers, what we're going to do is, in order to tell, we've done this in the morning work. If it's a prime number, it just means the only factors of a number are 1 and itself. So if it's composite, it means that it has other factors. Now, there are two strange numbers that are neither prime nor composite. And this you just have to memorize, okay? 0 and 1. They are neither prime nor composite, okay? They're just weird numbers. They don't fit in these categories. But what you do is you just have to think of a number, 17, and decide, okay, is it prime and composite? What are the factors of 17? We always know we start with 1 and 17. 2 is not because it's not an even number. 3, no, 3 times 6 is 18. 4, no, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 5, 10, 15, no. 6, 12, 18. 7, 14, 21. 8, 16 and 24. 9, 18. 10, well, guess what? We're over halfway to 17, and the only factors that we found were 1 and 17, so that makes this a prime number. I told you before that in my brain, the way I remember it, if the factors are 1 in itself, I just change that I in prime into a 1. Then I'm like, oh, it's a prime number. Composite numbers, on the other hand, I know that I'm going to start with 1 and 34, and then I'm like, did I just do 34? Let's try a different one. 68. I'll start with 1 and 68, and then I'm like 2 and something. Well, let's see. It's an even number, so I know 2 goes into it. So I could figure out what this number is by saying, let's see, 60 divided in half is 30, and 8 divided in half is 4, so I'm going with 2 and 34. Or, you know what? It's enough for me to know my factor rules and say 68 is an even number. Even numbers have a factor of 2, so I already know that this is a composite number. In today's activity, you're going to be practicing finding whether numbers are prime, whether they're composite, or if they're neither. I want you to prove to me that numbers are prime or composite, just like this. As soon as you find another factor besides 1 in itself, you know it's composite. You don't have to list all the factors. Just 1 after this initial one is enough to prove to me that it's a composite number. Make sense? I'm going to have you do that in your rotation today.